it's audible to everyone. Right. So here, uh, so in the development perspective, let me go to our schema gens of SQL. Okay, let us go to what gens of SQL schema. Right. So in this, we have one table which we created day before yesterday. What is that? E underscore what department. Okay, this is the table we created. E underscore department. Okay, this is the table. Let me right click on this. Let me go to the content. Yeah, we have some records here. Done. So this is a table E underscore department. Now my requirement is just try to understand. Let me put it here. So we have the table what in our schema we have the table E underscore what department. Okay, so try to understand this. The table is what? E underscore department is a table, and this table has got some columns: EMPID, name, department number, salary, and what? Commission. Okay, so the fields in this table is EMPID, name, department number, and then we have what something salary, and then we have what commission. Okay, these are the fields available. Now, what I want is let me create one more table based on this table. Okay, I want to create a table. I want to create one more table. Assume that this is E underscore, yeah, E underscore. This is another table, E underscore department underscore something copy. Okay, in this, what I want is I want to take only some few fields, like I want to take only EMP ID. Okay, then I want to take e-name, then let me take only what salary. So I repeat, already we are having the table e underscore department. This EMP ID is marked as what primary key. So obviously here also this EMP ID will be what primary key, and this e underscore department table already has got some records. We have some 8 records with the employee numbers what 1, 2, 3 what employee IDs. The available employee IDs are what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the available employee IDs. Now what I want is, first I want to create one table function. Try to understand. I want to create one table function which has to return the data from this table, okay. So yeah, let me open the previous notes. Already we have seen how to create the table function, but I want to do a slightly different thing here. One second, let me open that. Okay, not this one. 25th, I think, 23rd. Okay, yeah. So on the 23rd of February, we have seen how to create our scalar user-defined function and what table user-defined function. So if you observe this table user-defined function, try to understand. In this function also, we are getting the data from one of the table. But what I did here is, here if you see the syntax here, returns table of, I'm mentioning the fields. I don't want to mention the individual fields. Instead of mentioning individual fields, I want to refer to the table type. So last class, okay, we tried to return one table, but it is not allowing me. Okay, so let's see how to do it now. Okay, so what is the first requirement? So try to understand the requirement here. The first requirement is what? Create a what? A table function. Okay, create a table function to return what the data from what e underscore department table as a table type. Instead of returning individual columns, I want to return it as what? Table type. Create a table function to return the data from e underscore table apartment table as a table type. This is the first thing. Then the second step is, the second thing I want to do is create a procedure. Okay, create a procedure to call the above table function. Okay, create a procedure to call the above, yeah, create a procedure to call the above table function. Okay, then acha, create a procedure to call the above table function. So here I want to do some valid what manipulation. What is that manipulation? We need to manipulate the return table type data. Okay, means when I call this particular table function, it is going to return me the data of this particular table in the form of table type na. So I want to manipulate that particular return table type data. So last class also we have seen the example, but there what I did there is they're also manipulated, but I am looping that particular internal table into individual fields, and inside that loop only I am using some update statement to update the database table. But here I want to manipulate the return table type. I want to manipulate this using what? Arrays. Using the arrays concept I want to manipulate. Okay, then what is the other thing I want to do is, yeah, other thing I want to do is uh, update the manipulated data, update the manipulated return table type data back to the what? Database table. Back to the database table e underscore what? Department. E underscore department, using, okay, using what? Upsert statement. Okay, so there is something called an upsert statement. Okay, this is similar to modify statement in our ABAP. Okay, what is the job of a modify statement? When I use modify database table from table internal table, it is going to either insert the data or it is going to update the data. It will do what? Two tasks. Similarly here I can use something called as what? Upset. We don't have same thing like modify internal table, modify database table from table. We don't have that syntax, but by using the upset statement concept, I can achieve the functionality of what? Modify. Then what else I want to do? I want to insert the manipulated data to the new table. What is that? E underscore department underscore copy. So let me complete of this entire thing, then you'll understand the everything here. So here the focus is to understand the difference between, so this I'll do it using what? Insert statement. So this example, okay, what are the things we are going to understand is how to create a table function to return the table type as a parameter. Instead of returning individual fields, I want to return the table type. Then we are going to understand how to call what? A function from what? A procedure. And after calling, so far, if you observe the last class notes, yeah, how we are calling this scalar user defined function earlier in the select statement, we are trying to call that particular scalar user defined function. And here also I call the table user defined function by using what? Select statement. Now I want to call it from what? A procedure. Okay, and after calling, what are the data it is going to return in the form of table type, I want to manipulate it using what? Arrays, not by using loop and loop into individual variables. Okay, I want to do it using what? Arrays. Then update this manipulate. So this covers, this is nothing but what? This is nothing but modifying the internal table. Okay, modifying the internal table. Okay, so it covers most of the requirements here. Okay, so let me do it, then you can ask me the questions later on. Done. So already I'm having the table e underscore department. So what is the first thing I have to do here? I need to, yeah, once again, first of all, I need to create one more table. What is the table I want to create? E underscore dep underscore copy, but with only what? Three fields. Let me quickly do it. So this is my gens of SQL done, right? So on this gens of SQL, let me open the SQL console. I'll set the schema first. Set schema, gens of SQL. Okay, set schema, gens of SQL. Then schema is set. Then I want to create the table. What is the new table I want to create? E underscore department underscore copy. So already we know how to create a table based on existing table. So I'll say quickly, I'll say create column table. What is this? I need not give the schema name. Already we have set the schema. So create column table. What? E underscore E underscore what? Department underscore copy. E underscore department underscore copy as, okay, I'll say I don't want all the columns, so I want only what? Employee id I want employee name I want, and I want only what? Salary. Okay, salary. What? From what? E underscore department. From e underscore department with no data. Already there are some 8 records in that, so I'll say with no data. So let me quickly execute this. F8, the table is created. So if I refresh my tables, yeah, you can see the new table got created, e underscore department underscore copy. So if I open this definition, yeah, we have the three columns and the primary key. We have EMPID done, 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 done. What else? I don't have the data here. If I open the content of this, the data is not available. It is empty table now. Done. It is empty table, but this has got some 8 records. Okay, so we are done with the first step. What is the next step now? I want to create a function to return the data from this table as a table type. So I want to return all these columns. I want to return all these columns. So what I'll do, let me quickly create a what? Table type. Okay, so the next step I'll do is I'll create a table type, create type. I'll give the type name as ty underscore e underscore department. Okay, as table. Let me give the fields here, emp id. I'll give it as int. Then what else? Emp id so and so. Then, oh sorry, comma, right? Comma. Then I'll say ename. Let me say varchar of 20. Done. Then I'll say department number. Let me say it as integer. Then I'll say salary. I'll say a decimal of what? 10 comma 2. Okay, then I will take another column, commission decimal of something 6 comma 2. Yeah, the syntax is correct. Create type name as table so and so fields. Done. Okay, let me execute this. F8. Yeah, the table type is what created, where I can see that in the procedures tab. Let me just go to the procedures tab, table types. Yeah, you can see what is the table type name? Ty underscore e underscore department. Okay, if you open the definition, yeah, it's the same thing. Done, 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 done. Okay, done. Okay, so table type is what created. What is this table type? Fine. So I'm done with this. What is the next job now? I need to create the what? Function. I need to create the function. Okay. So let me create the function. So I'm trying to follow this. I want to create a table function. So I'll say create what? Function. Create function. Let me give the function name as 1 second. Okay, these are the available functions. I'll say create function. Let me say get underscore emp underscore department. Okay, I don't want to pass any parameters because I want to get the entire data. Create function so and so. Create function. Let me prefix with schema name here. Gens of SQL dot get underscore emp underscore department done. Then we have to use what keyword? Returns keyword. So if you observe the last class, day before is returns. Earlier we are using table of these fields. Now I'll say returns where I created the type in my current schema gens of SQL. So I'll say returns gens of SQL dot what is the type name I created ty underscore e underscore department. Okay, so I'm not using this syntax now, almost same, but instead of referring to the individual fields already I created one type. Returns gens of SQL dot type name done. Then what else I can say? Just like procedure, language is what? R language or scripting language. We know only scripting language. Language SQL script. Then I'll say SQL security. Same syntax. SQL security invoker or definer. Same as procedure. Okay. SQL security invoker as begin. Yeah, what I have to do now, I have to return the data. So I'll say return, you have to use the keyword compulsory. What you have to return, I want all the columns. I'll say select star from what is my table name, gens of SQL dot what is the original table name, e underscore department and end. Okay, the original table name is what? E underscore department. Done. Okay. So I'm trying to create this function return so and so. So you can see here what I am returning here. I am saying star means all the fields of this table. This table has got how many fields? Five fields. Five fields. And my just now I created what? One table type which also has got what? Same five fields, same names. Okay. So it should be compatible. So let me try to execute this. Try to create the function. I'll say F8. Good. The function got what? Created. The function got created. Let me right click on this. I'll say refresh. Yeah. What is the function name? Get underscore emp underscore department. So we are done up to creating the function. That we have created the function. Right. What is the next step I have to do here? Acha, before I create the procedure, I need to check whether my function is working fine or not. How do we call the function? Already we know in the previous class. We have to call the scalar user defined function or table user defined function by using what? Select query. So select star from your function name. Okay, so I'll say select star from what is my function name here? This is my function name. So let me try to give this. Done. Okay, let me try to execute this. Select star from the schema name dot function name. So when I say F8, good. Yes, my function is working fine. So what is the focus here? I'm not mentioning the individual fields. Instead, I created one table type with the required fields. I'm referring to that. Okay, and what are the fields I'm writing? It should be compatible with this particular table type. Done. So I'm able to successfully call the function from the SQL console. Now what I have to do? I need to create a procedure. Okay, so let me close this. I need to create a procedure now. to call the above table function. Okay. Okay, done. So let me create the procedure now. Okay, let me create the procedure. I'll just copy this. Yeah. Cross check the syntax. Create procedure. Already we have seen the difference between procedure and function. Function must return a value and can return only one value. Procedure may or may not return a value, and I can return one or more values from a procedure. So create procedure. Okay, so I'll say the procedure name as yeah, I'll just give this meaningful name. What is that? Procedure name is invoke underscore get underscore emp underscore department, and okay, returns keyword is not there here. Language is so and so. Then what else? Yeah, SQL so and so, done as begin, done. Let me write the business logic here. Okay, what I want here. Yeah. So create a procedure to call the above table function. So earlier, how did I call my function table function? Directly from the SQL console by using what select statement. But generally, once a function is created, once a scalar function or once a table function is created, generally we consume them from what calculation views. At this stage, we don't know what is view, we don't know what is calculation view. We generally consume it from what calculation views. But since we don't know that modeling part at this stage, I'll go for what calling that function from a procedure and receive that return value, and manipulate that particular return value. Okay, so here I'll say okay. So again, just like our ABAP environment, before calling any function module or before calling any method, what we will do, we'll check the signature of that particular function module or method. If a function module or method is returning any value, and if you are interested to receive that value, we need to declare a reference based on that return type. Na? We need to declare a reference based on that return type. So here also, my agenda is what to call this particular function from this particular procedure, and I am interested to receive this type. So what I'll do, since I'm interested, I need to declare a reference here. So I'll say declare result. It is available in which schema? Okay, this return type is what type? It is of type so and so table type. So declare a local table type reference, declare res. What is the table type name? Ty underscore e underscore department, done. Okay, done. Then I'll say here res is equal to what? Res is equal to done. Okay, so try to understand this. Earlier I directly executed this, I got the result. Now I am storing that result in the compatible reference. This reference should be what type? Same type, because my function is also returning what? Same type. Okay. Okay, up to this any questions, please ask me up to this point. Okay, right. So now, okay, I am able to receive it. So what is my agenda now? After receiving it, I need to manipulate this return table type. Okay, okay. What is the manipulation I want to do is, okay, yeah, salary is there. Try to understand. The manipulation I want to do is wherever the salary is less than 5,000. Try to understand. A simple manipulation. Wherever the salary is less than 5,000, increase the salary by 500 rupees. That is the agenda. Okay, increase the salary by 500 rupees. And after doing the changes, so where I have to do the changes, first of all I have to do that in the return table type. That changes I need to replicate it to my this particular database table. Okay, at a time, we are referring to this particular table type. In the last class, if you've seen, I used the update statement. I have used the update statement to update what the database table directly, and record by record we are using it inside loop and loop. Okay, so if there are 10 changes I have to do, 10 times the update statement gets executed. Now I want to do the required changes in my return table type. Then at a time, I want to update my database table by using what? Upsert statement. Okay. So since I have to use upsert statement, and since I'm having 5 columns, I need to take 5 arrays. Why I need to take 5 arrays here? Because arrays already discussed last class. Some examples: array is capable of storing n number of values but only single column. That's the reason target database table my target database table is having 5 columns, so I'll take 5 different arrays. So I'll say declare. You can give any names. Let me give emp id. What is the first column type? Array. Then I'll say declare. What else? Ename. Declare ename. What else? Varchar of 20 something array. Declare what else? Department number is a what type? Int. Array. Already we discussed about arrays. Okay, declare what else? What is the fourth column? Salary. Declare salary of what? Decimal of what? 10 comma 2. What? Array. Okay, and then I'll say declare commission of what? Decimal of what? 6 comma 2. I'll say what? Array. Yeah, I declared what? 5 different arrays. Done. Right. So I declared 5 different arrays. Now what I have to do? I have to, okay, this res contains how many columns now? I said star here. So it contains all the 5 columns and multiple rows. How many rows? 8 rows. So I have to store column by column values inside these 5 different arrays. So last class I told you how to do it. How to do it? Yeah. By using some array function. Emp id is equal to, what is that array function? I have to use array underscore aggregation of where is the data available now inside my local table type. What is that? Res. So I'll say res dot. What is the first column in that? Emp id. Done. Okay, I think it will work. Done. Yeah. Then what is the next array? Declared ename. Ename equal to array underscore. What is the column name there also? This is the column name. These are the column names in my table type. These are my array names what I declared. Ename, empid. What else? Department number equal to res dot department number. Done. What else? Salary array. Salary is equal to array underscore aggregation of what is the column name? Salary is a column name. Done. Then we have commission. Commission is equal to array underscore aggregation of res dot what else? Com. The fifth column is com. Done. Okay, so I successfully created the function. I tested my function individually working fine. Then I'm trying to create a procedure. In that procedure, I'm trying to call my table function. Whatever the table it is returning that I am receiving in my local reference. Now I want to manipulate this particular local table type. I want to manipulate this local table type. So for that, I am using what? Arrays. Last class what I did? I used loop and loop. I have counted the number of records in that, and each record Each record we are getting by using what select statement into individual variables. Now I'm using a different logic now. Okay. So now what is my requirement now? I have to start iterating from what? I have to start iterating from first record to last record, and in each record I need to check the salary. Okay, I need to check the salary. Okay, and I don't know how many records are there in this particular array. Okay, how many records are there? 8 records are there in this table type. So, okay, let me declare one variable here. Declare, I'll say lv underscore index. Okay, declare lv underscore index. Let me give it as what int. Let me give the default value as what 0. Done. So see the technique here. In last class I used loop and loop. Now let me go for, I'm not counting the number of records also. So it's a for loop. For what is the initial value of index 0? For lv underscore index in index starts from 1. 1 dot. Okay, how many employee IDs are there in this array? I don't know. Okay, I know in the table that we have 8 records, 8 employee IDs. So I know that there are 8, but dynamically I need to refer that, calculate that. So I will use one function called as cardinality. Okay, for LV underscore index in 1, 2, cardinality of what? What is the key field here? EMP. What is the array name? Array name is what? EMP ID. Okay, so empid do and end for is what? End for. So what is the meaning here? For lv underscore in 1 2 so and so. So cardinality will return the maximum index position in this array. What is the maximum index position? 8 records are there. So what is the index? 8. Index starts from what? 1. So for lv underscore index in 1 to so and so do. Now what I'll do, if what, okay, if the value of the array, what is the other array name? Salary of, okay, which salary I have to refer? The salary of the given employee ID. Okay, so I'll say salary of what? LV underscore index. Okay, this is a square brackets is less than 5,000. Then I'll say, am I clear? This is EMP ID array. EMP ID array. Cardinality means returns the maximum index. So 8. Okay, how many records are there? 8 records. So 1 to 8. What is the initial value of index now? 1. Salary of 1. Salary of 1 means in the array salary. Salary of 1, I'm checking in this array. I'm checking whether the salary is less than 5,000. If it is less than 5,000, I want to do the change in the array itself. Salary of what? LV underscore index. Salary of LV underscore index equal to I have to increment the salary na? So I want to increment by some 5,000. 1 second please. Okay, okay, so of what? Yeah, salary of what? LV underscore index plus, I want to make it as 500. Done. Okay, then I'll say what? End if. Done. So this for loop will be iterated for how many times? 8 times, because we have 8 employee IDs. Each time index will increment automatically by 1. Okay, so salary of index position 1 is less than 5,000. So here you can see this data 1 2 3. This first 4 will satisfy the condition. So this should become 1500. This should become 25 35 45. Okay, and you have to update in the table level. Okay, as of now we are doing it in what? Array level. Okay, we are not doing in the internal table also. Remember, we are not doing in the internal also. We are doing at the array level. Okay, done. Now what I have to do? I need to update this. I need to construct the internal table based on these indexes. So there is a change in only in what? Salary. So I'll say, yeah, what is this? RES is equal to res is equal to, last class I believe I introduced one function called as unnest, which will concatenate all the, which will combine all the arrays, multiple arrays, and returns it as a internal table. So unnest of, let us follow the same sequence. What is the first array? Empid. The next array is what? Emp name. Done. And the next array is what? Department number. Then the next array is what? Salary. Then the next array is what? Commission. So out of five arrays, there is a change in what? One of the array, what? Salary. Done. Okay. As what are the column names in the res? What are the column names? EMPID. Okay. What else? Ename. This and this column names must match. Ename, comma, what else? Department number, comma, what else? Salary, comma, what else? Commissioner. Yeah, commission. Done. Okay. So unnest will combine all these array values and returns it as an internal table with so and so columns. Done. Okay, so I have done up to this part, manipulated the return table type. So here at this stage, you'll have the data whatever is there in the table. When I call this function here, whatever the data is there in the table will be written as it is here. Now I want to do the manipulation in my table type. Okay, so I'm using this particular logic. So individual columns, I'm assigning it to what? Individual column values, I'm assigning it to my arrays. Then I'm using some for loop to manipulate my array content, one of the array content based on some condition. Then I'm combining all these things into what? The return table type. So now this contains what? Manipulated data. What I want to do now? Update the manipulated return table type data back to the database table using what statement? Upset statement. This is similar to modify in our ABAP. Modify will do two activities. Either it will insert or update based on the key field. So I'll say now, what shall I say now? Acha. Okay. Modify will do what? It will either insert or update. Okay. So anyhow, all these I'm not doing any changes to the employee ID. So all these employee IDs are same. How many are there? 8 are there. So wantedly, just to demonstrate the purpose of that what upset statement, I'll say what is the employee ID array? Yeah, EMP ID of ninth, in the ninth index, I'll give the employee number as 9. Okay, done. Then I'll say employee name of 9. Manually I'm hard coding. Okay, equal to, I'll say something, Manoj. Okay, so out of five columns I'm setting values only for empid and what? Ename. Other things will have what? The placeholder. Okay, done. So why I am doing this? This contains the existing employees only. Okay, I'm trying to insert a new employee called as 9 at which position? Ninth position, because I know technically that it has got 8 records. So just to demonstrate the purpose of the upset, I am doing it. Done. Now I'll say, yeah, now I'll say upset, upset. What is the table name? What is the schema name? Gens of SQL, dot. What is the original table name? E underscore department. Okay. Select star from. What is the manipulated return type? RES. Done. I hope this will work. Okay, done. Now, what is the other thing I want to do? I want to insert the manipulated data to the new table using what? Insert statement. Okay. Oh, okay. But okay, good. You can see here, this table structure is not same as this one. This has got five columns. This has got only three columns. So I cannot refer to that RES. I cannot refer to this RES because it has got five columns. So I'll do one thing. I'll say I'll declare one dynamically created internal table. Let me say w underscore res is equal to again also what unnest. What are the columns you want here? Okay, let me copy it. Yeah, here I want only in the table e underscore only three columns are there: emp id, ename, and what salary. So I'll say here emp id, ename, then salary. That's it. Done. As emp id, salary, and done. Okay, done. So I'm not going for res now because res is having what, five values. That's the reason you need not declare this w underscore res priorly. It will dynamically create this. It will dynamically create this. Now I want to insert it. Okay, so I'll say now what, insert into what is the new table. Gens of SQL dot, the new table name is what, e underscore department underscore copy. Here I can say select star from, what is that, select star from w underscore what, res. Done. Okay, so simple understanding should be, the understanding should be this e underscore department copy. If you observe the table, it has got only what, three columns. It has got only three columns: empid, ename, and salary, and we don't have data also. If you open the content, yeah, I don't have data also, remember. Okay, so now since it has got only three columns, I'm unnesting only three arrays, the required arrays. Okay, I hope this should work. Okay, let me cross check what's create the procedure. First I'm calling the function, receiving that return values into a local table type. Then I want to manipulate that, so I'm assigning individual columns of the table type to five different arrays. Done. Then I'm looping that starting from 1 to the highest index of empid. Done. Wherever the salary is less than 5,000, then I'm incrementing by 500. Done. Done. And just to check whether this record will be inserted or not, okay, I'm using this. Done. Okay, so let me check. I may get syntax errors. Let me check. So this is my procedure. Let me say F8. I'm not sure. F8. Good. I got error. What is the error? Line 11 declare statement. Line 11 declare statement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What is the error here? Good that. Okay, I believe, yeah. In ABAP, I can declare the variables wherever I want. Okay, but here it should be at the beginning of the procedure. Okay, let me remove. It is not expecting declare here. I'll remove this from here. I'll keep them here. Okay, so declaration should be at the beginning of the block. Let me try to do it now. F8. Good. The procedure is successfully created. Done. Now I need to call the procedure. So already we know how to call the procedure by using the call statement, how to consume it from a web report. Okay. So before that, this is my original table. If I refresh, there's a data available: 1,000, 2,000, 7,000. Okay. This is the eight records are there. If you see this table, this doesn't have any data. Now let me try to call this procedure. So I'll say call what? What is the procedure name? This doesn't have any parameters, so I'll just Done. Okay, I'm trying to call it now. I'll say F8. Good. Successfully called. Let me go back and check. So on my base table, I'm using upset, remember. I'll refresh. Oh, why it has not inserted employee number 9 then? It has updated this fine. 1000, okay, done. And this table, if I refresh, yeah, oh, why I got in this one? Here it is inserting, but okay. Did I use reverse there? No, correct only, na? Update. Upset. This is my original table. Select star from RES. Done. And then this is this one. Okay, here this is fine. But why this upset it is not updating there? It has to insert a new record also, na? It is doing successfully here. I got 9 Manoj fine. But why I didn't got here? Okay, refresh. Huh? Upset. What is the issue? Anyone? Oh, yeah. The mistake I did is after unnesting, I'm adding the record. Okay, yeah, good. After unnesting, I'm adding the record. Before that only, I have to do it. Am I clear to everyone? So I can do it now also. So what I'll do now is, yeah. So if you see my table here, this is my original table. 8 records are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are the salaries? 1500, 25, 35, and 45. Okay, remember. And this has got 9 records. Okay, done. So what I have to do now here is let me remove this from here. I'll keep it here before unnesting only. Okay, employee ID. I want in what the ninth position only. Ninth position only. Done. I'll give the or let me put it as in the 10th position. Okay, or else 9 any 8 records are there. I'll give this value as 91. This I'll give it as Manoj 1. Yeah, now it should come. Okay, and any of this is insert. Let us see what happens here. Okay, so I hope this will work now. Before I execute, when I refresh, we have 8 records only. So what this upset is going to do, it will either insert new records or updates the existing records. Okay, so 1 to 8 is already available. What are the salaries here? 1500, so and so. So I'll just change my logic here. I'll increment this salary by 100 rupees. I'll increment by what? 100 rupees. Okay. So what this statement has to do is for that 8 records, in that 8 records, for those out of 8, for this 4 records which satisfy the condition, it has to make this as 1600, 2600, 3600, 4600, and it has to insert a new record what? 9. Okay. And then in this table again it has to insert. Probably it may not insert because it might be a primary key. If it is primary key, it will not insert. Let me check. Okay, that is the issue. Okay, so we have to do it before unnesting. So now let me check it. Okay, oh, I cannot execute the same thing. So I'll say invoke underscore get underscore what employee underscore department. Okay, it's a new procedure now. Let me execute this. F8. Yeah, successfully executed. Let me call it now. Employee underscore department. So when I say F8, done. Now go back and check. Okay, I used upset on this table. When I refresh, Good. So you can see 91 Manoj. I am entering the data only for these two things. And you can see here first four records got incremented by 100 rupees. Upset. It will act as what? Modify. And here as usual when I refresh, yeah, I got the data. Probably this employee ID is not primary key. It is not primary key, so it will accept what? Duplicate values. So it will accept once again. Already 9 records were there. Now another 9 records are added. Okay, so hope it's clear to everyone. Any questions?
So then how do we delete the internal table record here?
Mm, delete. Delete
Do
the
we need to make it
no, no, no. Delete the record
internal
from,
table record?
yeah, delete the record from internal table. Na? Okay. There I can use delete statement directly. Okay. Here I don't think we can use delete on this array. Okay. Okay. I need to check whether we have any function, predefined function to delete an entry in the array. 1 second. You want to delete it from uh, internal table. Delete upset will act on database table, insert also on database table, delete also on database table. So you want to delete in the sense, so what you have to do is you need to, one solution is we need to write the logic manually. Manual in the sense, anyhow we are looping this what array. Okay, so whichever record you want to delete, whichever record you want to, you have to take one more temporary array, except that record, except that record, you assign the rest of the records to what? The new array, the temporary array. Okay, so that the temporary array will contain all the records except that record. That is one solution. But I need to check whether we have any direct delete statement on the internal table. 1 second. I need to check it.
Or do we need to make the array values as null, Sridhar, in
Null
case if
means
the condition?
null in the sense again it is a record only. Null is also a record, na Praveen.
Oh, okay. If all the fields are made null also, that will not be deleted from the
Yeah,
internal table?
no, it will not. It will be a, still a record. Blank
Because
values will have it. You'll have blank
yeah,
values.
because
Yeah,
we'll also have the primary keys,
yeah.
right? So we'll not make.
I got that solution, but again it is a record. Okay, delete. Delete is there here, but delete records from a table. Okay, but this is on database table. Okay, you want to delete from internal table. Yeah, we have that what size bars in our ABAP environment, Venkat, but here we don't have that. I need to debug that. Immediately after insert or updatements, you have to what? Go for what exception handling. You have to go for exception handling, but 1 second, let me recollect. Okay, in the documentation, is it showing here? No. Definitely, we'll have some solution for that, but they are not giving any system field also here. See, what they are saying is to check whether rows are physically deleted, execute the following. So again, they are using the select statement, but immediately after that, give me some time. Okay, Venkat, I'll check it because I read it many places. They are again executing the select query to check the existence. Okay, to check whether rows are physically deleted, execute the following statement. This is not appropriate. Okay, yeah, deletion and internal will also. I'll do R&D, Praveen. Okay, you people also, all of you, just do it. Okay,
Yes. Okay.
okay. Definitely, we'll have a solution, but we need to think of the logic. So this logic now, I spent some 1 or 2 hours of time to construct this one. To what?
Yeah, I think this is a very good progress either. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
very good progress. Yeah.
Okay. So all of you also, others also, please don't rely only on our examples. Okay, please do R&D. Okay, right. So we understood about upsert, which will act as what, modify, and insert. Anyhow, it will. We understood about that. Then what else we can discuss here is array manipulation. Also we understood. The thing you have to understand is how to delete an entry from an array, right? Okay. One second. Let me Google it now only. You may get the solution. Delete from the table using array. Mhm. Anywhere they are using. Sudhakar, any inputs on that? How to delete an entry from an array? Anytime you got that kind of thing? Same thing. Okay, they are using comparison here. Okay, let me check it. Let me check it. Definitely we'll have a solution. We need to physically remove it. If you set it to null, still it is considered a record. Might be you might have some function like invalidate, just like we have cardinality. We might have invalidate. Array functions. Oh, good. We have something here. Array functions. Cardinality is there. Sub is a trimmer. Okay. Removes a specified number of elements. Okay. Cardinality we know. Member it, it will return the value. Sub returns a subset of values. Okay. Trim, let me check. Removes the specified number of elements from the end of the array. From the end of the array. Okay. From the end of the array. End of the array. Okay. Anywhere trim array insert is there. Trim. Only five are there here. Okay. For example, removing the last two elements. Okay, good. They have declared the array. Done. Okay, this will return me two, but I want to return a particular element. You can observe here, they have declared an array with four values, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are using a function called as trim underscore array, and they gave two. So this will remove the last two, and you can see the result. It is returning the first two. Okay, it has removed the last two, but we want to delete a particular record. Can we use this anywhere with our own logic?
Sridhar, I think
Hmm.
probably when you're doing the validation, like salary and all that, so
Hmm.
at that place we can pass the index number, right? Trim array,
No, no,
in,
the problem here is it is not taking the index number here. It is taking the number of elements to remove
okay.
from the end, and that too
It's not
from
the
the
index.
end. From the end. See here, the trim array function removes elements from the end of the array. Understood? So we need to think of the logic based on this only. Yeah, I think it is achievable, but we need to think of the logic.
Sridhar, are there any new versions in HANA Studio in the recent?
No, no, this is the latest one.
Is Oh, this HANA Studio is the latest one. Okay.
Latest one, yeah. So you can refer to this documentation here. If you in HANA Studio only, if you go to this help, you can go to help contents. You'll get everything here. Okay, about the HANA Studio, everything. Okay, I want to know about SQL functions, so I'll just type out SQL functions. I'll get that. See, everything will be there. Okay, aggregate functions, array functions. Okay, let me click on array functions. Array only five or four are there. Okay, using this four only, we should able to achieve that. I think we can do it by using trim array, but we need to think of the logic because it is saying that removes a specified number of elements from the end of the array. Okay, so just we need to copy to the temporary array, and then we need to do some manipulations. Okay, so just try this. Definitely we'll get the solution. Trim underscore array. Right. So any other questions? Done. Others, I'm not getting questions. Why? I hope everyone is active. Is it clear to everyone? Only Pullara and Praveen will ask. That's all. Practice. Otherwise, money will be wasted, time will be wasted. Okay. Chalo then. Shall wind off. We'll continue tomorrow then.